Imagine a noir city modernizing fast. Cassette recorders, payphones, early PCs, and neon signs cutting through the fog. Now imagine ghosts, curses, demons, and superstitions quietly slipping into the city's new technology and finding new ways to reach you. Haunting doesn't need a gravestone anymore, it just needs a phone line. Could you live in a place like this? Welcome to H.A.V.E.N, a tabletop RPG I have been developing for the past 10 years, and I want to start this series by talking about the three pillars that I have built the foundations for the RPG and polished throughout the playtest and different iterations of the game. And I'm not talking about the standard three pillars: combat, exploration, and social that are based on D&D and other RPGs. I'm talking about the pillars that you are setting for yourself when you're starting to create and think about the RPG that you want to make. Like questions: what can make this RPG stand out? What can this RPG do that I have not seen before? And how am I going to pitch this to my players? And those three foundations are the city, the paranormal, and the characters. Let's get to it. The idea for H.A.V.E.N came to me in 2015 when I was playing the game Wolf Among Us, which is based on Fable's comic book series, and I thought to myself, it would be cool to play a tabletop RPG that it's not D&D. Mind you, at that time, D&D is everything we have played. So, why noir? Well, together with Wolf Among Us, there were a couple of more big inspirations for H.A.V.E.N RPG, and those are the Sin City, the movie from 2005, which is just absolutely fantastic in the narrative and its visual presentation, which really pulled me in. And another one, I'm a big fan of X-Files, so when I thought about those three elements, the picture of my city has started to form into something that I wanted to make an RPG about. And noir gives you these morally gray zones, compromised and interesting people. There is beauty and chaos in the mix, and everything fits so well. And there is another big component to the city itself, and that is the paranormal. And the paranormal is the reason why I chose to build the city the way it is. The game is set in around 1950s alternate history America, but it can be anywhere. And the idea is that this old town was dried out, and then the new corporation, the Neon Corp, came and brought their toys and advancement in technology with them. So even though it is a noir city, the technology is more like 80s or 90s of our time, where there are phones and big PCs, but they're very rare and you can access them in coffee shops, and some people have them at their homes, but it is just new thing that is slowly breaching into the city, and with the technology something else started to pop out as well. Have you ever heard somebody say that because of the technology we have lost our touch with the spiritual and the old traditions? Well, what if the spiritual, the ghosts, the old traditions, curses and hexes and superstitions have learned to utilize the technology? Curses spread through telephone calls. Ghosts no longer utilize Ouija boards, now you just need an old-fashioned keyboard. Summoning a demon doesn't require a circle anymore, just a password. And most people in the city ignore those and blame it on static on the radio or broken elevator on bad wiring. And the general idea is using the real-life examples of superstitions, stories, folk tales, but also making up your own, and to see if you make up some kind of curse or demon or something that is going to enter into H.A.V.E.N, how can you tie it into technology, how it can utilize that technology to make it for an interesting storytelling and case for your players to solve. And there is no cosmic horror or aliens in H.A.V.E.N. While I love RPGs like Delta Green and Call of Cthulhu, I'm going for something different here. And I would like for you to try this and tell me what kind of things you can come up with in this frame of work. So now we have a city and its mysteries. It's time to look at our characters. When you make a character in H.A.V.E.N, you are going to pick a calling. Calling is sort of a playbook, and the calling represents your character's archetype background and the strange edge that they have over the world and what sets them apart from ordinary citizens. It defines what they're good at, what they're bad at, and what kind of mark the city has left on them. Besides your chosen calling, your character is defined by stuff like physical and mental pull, its conviction, dark secret, and many other things. But the most important thing about them is their abilities and what can they do in H.A.V.E.N. Now, I have always been a big proponent of players' agency in role-playing games. And even before, when we were playing D&D, I always urged players to make up their own story beats and tell me as a DM, and then I'll improvise off of them. Now, I took that approach and put it into H.A.V.E.N via the signature abilities. So each calling in the game has a signature ability. Signature ability is what defines them and gives them a DM-like ability where they can introduce a narrative elements to the game. So for an example, Private Investigator has a signature ability called Call in Favors, where he can literally make up an NPC and put him into the narrative, and the NPC is going to help them. These abilities are not intended to be used as shortcuts in roleplay, but to enhance it and to let players bring their own ideas to the table. And remember, that NPC that the Private Investigator just made up is now part of the narrative. He could help them again, or maybe he becomes a liability. So, why am I talking about H.A.V.E.N right now? Well, as a part of Eridan Games Studio, now you can download a playtest version of the game on drive-thru-RPG for you to try out. While it's true it's been more than 10 years that I have been working on this RPG, there have been substantial pauses in between the systems that I have been trying out. So, if what I spoke about today piqued your interest, there will be a chance for you to download the file, try it out, and give me some feedback, hopefully. If you have any kind of questions, comments, leave them down. And if you have any interest in board games or tabletop RPGs, we at Eridan Games have a couple of more projects going on, and you can check our website, maybe join our Discord and our Twitter page. Links down below in the box. We would love to have you there and help us shape our games to be the best games they can be. Thank you for watching.